and never to take my sunglasses off, because I knew if I took my sunglasses off just once, that's the photo they would have used, you know. And that's just one of the tricks I've learned, you know.
Another Paul Westerberg story. They had when the Replacements broke up and all the Tommy and Paul hate each other rumors were going on. They made a point to do a photo session of them together, and as a joke, one of them, I forget which one of them was, got a squirt gun and pointed it to the other one's head, and they used that one and they shot that one. Took about 10 other. Actually, took about 10 photos of that. Took one without it and used them all without it.
Yeah.
It's probably a good move. Are you finding it easier to play guitar and sing at the same time now that you've got a second guitarist on stage?
Yeah, I do. Although I still, I'm still concentrating on playing guitar a lot more than I thought I would. I thought it would relieve me so much that I wouldn't even have to try anymore, and I could screw up notes and it wouldn't matter, but I still hear myself screw up, so I still have to concentrate almost as much as I ever did before, you know, but it still is a relief. I mean, it also just rounds out the sound. I think that's the most important thing.
The thing that surprised me about it when I knew you'd have the second guitar player in the first, I guess it was the Roseland show in New York, the first time I saw you, when Big John was playing, right? It was before Pat. Is that I thought you'd be, just because I was thinking, well, now we can concentrate more on singing, I was thinking you'd be playing the rhythm parts and they'd be playing the leads that you play, but you're still playing the leads.
Hey, shut up! Who is that? Oh. What was the question now?
I thought when I had heard about having the second guitar player, I had assumed you'd stick just with simple rhythm stuff so that you could sing easier, but you're still playing the leads.
Yeah, well, that's because I know the leads, and, well, actually I don't. A lot of times, I mean, even to this day, I still haven't bothered to learn the solo that I recorded on the album. You know, I just play whatever I want, but I just still like playing lead guitar sometimes, you know.
Can you talk about the two guys that I believe was Big John at first, right from school?
Well, it was never anything even close to official. We just decided to try him out one day. He'd been our guitar tech for quite a few months, and we thought, since we like him, and that's one of the most important things when you get a new band member, you have to like the person first, and then if they play good music, then that's second, you know. But it's just something we've been wanting for a while, you know, and it just didn't work out with John, really. I mean, he tunes guitars too good, so, and, you know, then we found ourselves without a guitar tech, so.
Is Pat going to be an official member of Nirvana now then, or is he just going to tour with you?
I don't know. We haven't tried to write any songs together yet. I'd like him to be, actually. I mean, he's so much fun to be around. And it's just been so great being on tour with him, you know. I'd like it to be a reality, but who knows.
How annoying is it after all this time to still be, I mean, I know writing for 120 minutes and putting that show together every week, if we get a new video in either from a new band that's from Seattle or a band that's been around for a while, I almost don't want to say they're from Seattle at this point, because at that point, you know, someone's just going to...
There's no reason to.
I mean, everyone... Well, I mean, you know, if a band's from Boston or a band's from somewhere down the south, they want to say this is where they're from and whatever, but I just don't want to do it, because I feel like I'm you know, not condemning them, but people are going to prejudge them so much at this point. How annoying has that gotten, and the whole, you know, you're a grunge band from Seattle thing? Do you think bands will... How long do you think it'll be before bands can come out of here and be prejudged?
Probably never. I don't know. I haven't thought about that for a long time. It doesn't affect us anymore, so I don't really think about it. I mean, I'm sure it's a curse to a lot of other bands, you know, new bands starting out who are from Seattle. You know, it's probably an embarrassment for some people, but I don't know.
You know, this is something that I actually know very little about, but I wanted to ask you about the record that you did with William S. Burroughs. What was that like? How'd that come about? What was that like?
It was a long distance recording. He had recorded his vocals, and then a few weeks later, at the last minute, I decided to record my guitar parts. Basically, is what I did. I just went into Dave's friend's studio, and he pushed the play button on the DAT machine, and I just masturbated for 20 minutes, and then I just sent it to them and let them edit it and put it together, you know. But so it wasn't an album that we did together, you know, technically, you know. So, but then I did get to meet him on this tour just about a month ago when we were in Kansas.
That's cool.
And that was a great thrill.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Did he say anything about what you played for the record?
Yeah, he said, "Good job." Yeah, I liked it.
So it's like a William S. Burroughs record with music by Kurt Cobain, kind of similar, a sort of a.
I like to think of it as that,
Yeah.
but that's really not how it's titled. I mean, I think the record company that put it out likes to use both of our names, you know, equally, just to sell as many as they can, probably. But yeah, I think of it as, you know, because it's based on his story, and I'm just doing an accompaniment, you know.
I think that's it. That was it. Thank you.
All right, let's show the mighty.
Turn that. Okay. How's your stomach? Have you found anything to?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally have been prescribed the right stomach medicine after 6 years of being in constant pain. Finally, I haven't had a stomach problem for like over a year now. Yeah.
Did they finally figure out what it was, or did they just finally?
No, they never figured out what it was. I mean, most gastrointestinal doctors don't know anything about the stomach diseases. They just have a PhD, you know. They get paid a lot of money for pretending and prescribing you different drugs, and it's a total scam as far as I'm concerned, because I've been going to doctors for 6 years, and I've tried every drug available except for this one last one that's brand new, and it finally worked. And it can't be, what do you call that? I mean, it isn't.
Placebo?
What?
Placebo?
No. No, it can't be, it isn't a specific stomach ailment. It doesn't have a name or anything. It wasn't a matter of finding out what disease I had. It's just, you know, it's psychosomatic. It's part of my nervous system. It's part of, you know, there are millions of people all over the world who have irritable bowel syndrome, and that's the common term that all doctors call a stomach problem, and they just say, "Oh, you have irritable bowel syndrome," but I can't fix it, you know. I don't have anything to fix it, but, you know, there's just a variety of ulcer medicines that can slow down ulcers, you know, and eventually heal them. But I didn't have an ulcer. I just had a red irritation in my stomach, you know. But I was in pain. I mean, I was in pain for so long that I didn't care if I was in a band. I didn't care if I was alive, you know. And it just so happened that I came to that conclusion at a time when my band became really popular, you know. I mean, it had been going on and building up for so many years that I was, you know, suicidal. I mean, I just didn't want to live. So I just thought, if I'm going to die, if I'm going to kill myself, I should take some drugs, you know. May as well become a junkie, because I felt like a junkie every day, you know. You know, waking up starving, forcing myself to eat, you know, barfing it back up. It's like, you know, just imagine trying to eat your 3 meals a day and just concentrating and just crying at times, just like, I'm in pain all the time, you know. And being on tour was a lot worse too, you know. It made it even worse. So.
When did they? How long did you know? And in pain, what was it? I know you just said it, but when did they find the medicine that they cured?
About a year ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
I want to go through some